What's up, Intigens? Welcome to your leaner, meaner, cleaner and slicker Integer TV, your gaming entertainment community. In today's presentation, Integer takes an light analytical look at the upcoming Ghost of Tsushima. The PS4 exclusive is scheduled to be released on the 17th of July 2020. Let's see what the Integer thought of the visual tour de force, samurai gameplay that premiered on the 14th of May. Well, better late than never, huh, Int?
With The Last of Us 2 looking to only appeal to lovers of golf, or genderless characters that all happen to like men, Ghost of Tsushima seems to be our last hope for a good final hurrah for PlayStation 4 as PlayStation 5 comes later this year. Well, 5 days ago they released a gameplay video, state of play video, Ghost of Tsushima, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. And I wanted to give my thoughts on what I thought was cool, what I thought was concerning. And I'm sure a lot of those things have been addressed in the last 5 days, but just run with me on this. Let's go, this is our last hope. This might be the closest thing to Assassin's Creed in Asia that you're ever gonna get, ever, probably, maybe. One of the first things I noticed was, I don't know if you guys found this, but like, the first few seconds sounds like your PlayStation going on or off randomly. It got me a couple of times. I kept looking to see if my PlayStation just randomly turned on. But yeah, let's get into it, shall we? One of the things that really stood out for me in this scene is the colour, but also this grass. I mean, I don't know what it is, but like, if you look at this here, this is really impressive. This is really impressive moving grass and wind. Me likey.
Exploration has been at the heart of our open world design since the very beginning.
It's like the draw distance is pretty good as well.
You can't have exploration if you don't have curiosity.
And
so we've continually asked ourselves, how can we let the
can't see
island
any
guide you
NPC
in the most
draw
thematic
distance
and immersive ways
There's no NPCs
possible.
in this scene. I don't see any popping though, which is nice. I also like the idea of finding things in the world via the wind, like a true samurai. It's pretty nice, and there's lots going on with this cloak here. This cloak action's really nice. Look at that. Batman will be Joe. Love it. That little whistle to the horse there was very samurai as well. I also like the color palette of this game as we're seeing Kashin Hills here. Color palette's really nice. It's definitely looking the part of what it's conveying. That looks like a giant bonsai tree. You gotta love it. The trees look very very appropriate. Look at these colors here. Beautiful. Look at all that. Just the way it pops out. I can see this is gonna look very nice in HDR. So hopefully you'll have a HDR device when you're playing this game if you're getting it. It's gonna look really nice, I predict. Quote me on that. What you'll see here as well is some of the Assassin's Creed-ness with the grab item here. What's interesting about this and kind of weird though, so it glows as you can see. But like this here is, so we're using right trigger to grab things. But yeah, it looks like you're picking things up and interacting with things with right trigger, which is interesting. So does that mean no attack on the horse? Yes, the right trigger button is not your attack. What we'll see coming up here as well is some get this guy going flying. We'll see a little bit of combat in the background there going on. NPCs taking on, I think it's maybe a bear or a big massive boar. I'm not sure. This guy went flying though. He got owned. Feel bad for him. So it looks like we could intervene into that, get involved. Maybe get some, I don't know, I was gonna say XP or something, but is there XP in this? It hasn't shown to be the case. Maybe I will notice as I go further in, but I haven't noticed it. At this point,
it can also take you to your next big story moments, or even help you find rare collectibles.
Looks quite big. It's a very standard open worldy style map, I'd say, pretty much. Different regions going on. Icons, yep. Very Creedy feeling. It's the Ghost of Creed, possibly. It looks very big and expansive.
But what about the things that you don't know about, you haven't seen yet?
We'll see here, this little fellow is very cool. This little guy, just helping us find stuff. Very nice. good. Have an NPC here. He's just chilling out. And he
Stay away,
warns
my
us.
lord. The spirits of vengeful samurai.
Again, you see the R2 there. It's the right trigger to interact with things. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out, how that feels when in game. So again, we're exploring a building here. It's abandoned. It's getting some materials. I'd noticed it's a minor thing. It's a minor thing, but there's no animations for grabbing or searching things. It's not a big deal. It's a light immersion thing. Tiny immersion thing. I remember in Dying Light liking the fact you could get your hands and open drawers and really go into them. In this you just pick stuff up without moving. Now we have this fox helping us out. It's going to help lead to more intel. So again, using the environment and such. Pretty cool. Alright, next up. Now, at this point I just wanted to like marvel at the wonderful colours, visuals and lighting. Looks really nice. Some nice shadows as well going on. Even this section here where it's undercast looks right. Looks like when you've got HDR on but you haven't HDR coloured it, oddly enough. Beautiful there as well. Very nice. Look at that. Very cinematic, very atmospheric feeling. Looks like maybe we can play some jams as well. You can see here, it says hold triangle. Maybe it's a heavy attack. You wait, bang. Suitably brutal. One hit, one kills. Samurai style. Badass. Blood splattering everywhere. Looks right. Looks right. It's ninja approved right there. Now you're gonna see some
he has to use real
crossbow,
skillful precision in
bow and
fighting.
arrow combat here.
No wasted energy. Every strike must count.
Headshot. Bang. Nice. And you see here there's a little block. So I don't know if that's automatic or if that's timed. Do some dodging. Nice. That's a parry there, very nice. Again, I don't know if it's automatic or timed. Now, what I did pick out here that I noticed was, does that guy duck because of this guy screaming out? I felt like he did. Which is very cool if he did. Let's see. See, ducks. Bang. I think he ducks because the guy calls it out, which is very cool. We're also seeing different stances as well here. This is the only guy I seem to have to hit more than once. Everyone else has been like one hit, one kill, which is making me wonder if how actually challenging the combat is. Now, just before doing a little bit of research, that's very cool as well, a little honor, indeed. Just a little bit of research beforehand, it seems that the director is saying that the combat is challenging. It just wasn't really shown here. All the combat seems like you're killing dudes in one hit, which is concerning. Assassin's Creed old school style, as opposed to Origins or Odyssey style, where you have kind of like, you know, depending on the level of the enemy, dictates how much hits you have to get them and so forth. Seems more simplified in this maybe, but you seem to be brutal. I don't know. Let's just hope it's a very leveled guy. Now we're into the ghost section. This covers the stealth aspect.
Okay, so
Let's see what I
was
picked out
Jin
here.
fighting.
So it looks like we might have a day-night cycle. I'd be surprised if we didn't. Nighttime in this scene. Assassin's Creed style distractions, or many other games have it as well, I suppose. That's brutal, right in the chin. Some firecrackers, Dying Light style. That's pretty brutal again. So like Assassin's Creed style, type assassinations and duel. Stuff like this here, with the smoke. And I think it's going to be some shurikens or kunai. I don't know why, it reminds me of Tenchu Stealth Assassin series, which I've got in my challenge list I just need to obtain. I never finished those games. I used to have fun goofing around with all of the tools and the ninja tools and the traptions and finding different ways and stuff. So this could fill that Tenchu gap for people, like Tenchu Assassin's Creed. Tenchu Creed maybe. Not terrible things to be in combination with, provided that it's not a bunch of busy work. Of course, we'll have to see. We have an intimidation system here. This guy's like this, like he just doesn't want any of it. He's like, I'm good, brah. We're like, don't care. That's a thing. Interesting to see how that works out. Still no mercy. I have a traversal system. Looks like it's very it looks like it's very much non-dynamic system. R2 to go down there. So right trigger. I suppose that's still thinking of the right trigger in that way. Free running was right trigger or something like one of the Assassin's Creed, wasn't it? I know I'm gonna keep saying Assassin's Creed a lot, but yeah, it's a lot of right triggerness. You can see there. Right trigger. It looks like it's these specific areas that trigger these things. I don't think it's dynamic. I imagine you could probably do something there as well. You could probably swing from there. Yeah, as you can see there. I'm guessing. Maybe this one as well. We'll see. You can see it's doing more of the attack stuff. So this has you like clearing the area, like bending up the place. Look at this. Brother, that's some good head. Game's gonna be brutal for sure. Now I did have a little issue with what comes next. Again, this next thing that I've got an issue with, it's not major, but it's an issue. You can see here, I don't know what it is. And it might just be for this thing here, but I felt like there's something not right about the I don't know, the fire. It just looks like it's kind of on top of things. I don't know, it doesn't look as no, I guess it's because there's no charcoal or ash around the edges. It just seems kind of like it's floaty, almost. I don't know. It looks a little bit off. Doesn't look quite burny. It looks almost beautiful rather than destructive. That's the word.
You might have noticed that while fighting as the samurai or sneaking around as the ghost,
you can see,
Jin had on a different set of armor.
Very sexy outfits.
That's because the armor in this game actually gives you different mechanical advantages. It's not just the way it looks. It helps accent your chosen playstyle. As you explore the world, you'll discover Omamori charms. They'll give you an edge
sounds more like a Nioh type thing.
But more importantly, as your legend
look
grows,
as extensive as Assassin's Creed,
which transform Jin from a samurai into the ghost.
So I don't know.
But the thing is, you get to decide how those techniques evolve and grow.
Thinking about it, we do have so what we got? We got like the journal, obviously, which is standard, I suppose. Techniques interests me. Maybe that's kind of your leveling. We haven't seen any kind of leveling thing. I don't know what these are. I don't think this game contains any microtransactions. I don't know why it looks kind of microtransaction-y, but obviously it's probably just level or something like that. That might be why they're one kill and everything. Interesting though. So you'll be able to do some Animal Crossing style clothes dyeing. As you can see here. The different colours going on. Very nice. And then photo mode.
It wouldn't be a Sucker Punch game if it didn't have photo mode. In our new photo mode, we have features such as color grading, depth of field, so you can focus on the right objects. We
if you're into your photo
modes, that really underline
you should be good here.
And movement that's so great about our game. You can control the wind's direction.
Especially this game, look at it, beautiful.
You can change out the particles to different types. You can even select a track of music from our original score that might be a little bit more fitting. So if you're into doing a photo, or maybe you actually want to do a video, there's something here for you. Now. Here's a few that I've created.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So you also have Japanese voice track, which again, a lot of people like their usually anime and stuff, but they like their Japanese voices, right? There's no subtitles on show in here. I imagine it's obviously going to be in the final release.
A Japanese voice track option.
The voices. I probably will play this one.
Fit for our game.
We'll probably play this one with the Japanese voices.
Before the first scene even
starts,
you'll be able to turn this option on.
But it looks like, I think this is their artistic intention that you play with the Japanese voices.
何を申す。
お侍どころじゃないよ。このお方は猛虎を打ち滅ぼすため。
I think that's going to be the way they want you to experience it, so we'll go with that. We'll go with that for our play. Samurai Cinema. I feel like with this is something I would do if I was going to do it in places here and there, and maybe on a second or third playthrough. And I'm not a second or third playthrough kind of guy. This is new stuff, but I can't lose all those beautiful colours or that much authenticity. But you got it there if you want it. It's very cool. Again though with the 1 kills. Okay, that was a couple of hits at least. Yeah. Looks good. Quite funny, that was a long build up and he just kills him in 1 hit. I don't want to lose too much of the game's beauty in that black and white.
Today,
Look at this.
We've shared with you some of the unique ways that you can explore the island of Tsushima. We've also shared with you some of the ways that you can fight as a samurai, or assassinate as the ghost, or customize
that just leaves the
Jin,
final thoughts then, really.
Or play in special
So
ways.
the visuals and the sound and this look on point.
But we
This,
have
what we've
so
seen
much
so
more to
far.
show you
There's
in the future.
real nice detail,
Ghost of
aesthetics,
Tsushima
wind,
comes out on
the
July
trees.
17th.
It
Thank you
looks.
so much for
Look at
watching
that.
today.
It looks
We'll
ace.
see you later.
It's beautiful. It looks all on point. Combat, I'm a little concerned that how the difficulty is going to work with that, and you know, if there are any bosses, maybe is there any kind of like, I don't know how that's going to work out. That would be interesting to figure out, or to see how they do that. Again, the director I think says the combat is challenging, so we'll see. Most of the combat we saw here was very flashy insta kills. They're probably like really high level, so that's fine. But a little concern. So yeah, bosses, stealth looks fine. Looks, you know, Tenchu style. Looks like it's got some Tenchu style tools and such, which is very nice. Customization looks on point. I don't know how deep it's going to be. That's the only question with the customization system, right? How deep is that? How deep is the love of the customization system? We can't really tell from what we've seen there. Although there probably is information by now. Photo mode, great if you're into taking your photos in your games. That looks, and it might even be worth it even if you're not, because it just looks so great. It's like a moving piece of art. Voice track, great for people that like the authentic experience. We'll probably play it like that as well. Do the subtitles thing. I'm currently learning Japanese, so maybe that might help my progress, so that I can actually know more than 5 words. Konnichiwa, by the way. And so yeah, especially if you combine that, black and white mode with that Japanese track, you're gonna have like an authentic, old school samurai movie, man. So overall, I'm gonna give this between a 7.5 and 8 out of 10 as a presentation goes, which is a very good score, obviously. It's just overall, themes-wise, it's very nicely executed and everything else. Majority mechanics-wise and everything else, it's pretty much not anything major that you haven't seen before necessarily. But I think it's more one of those. This is more one of those games you got to kind of maybe feel. You know, don't think, feel type of game. I don't know. But what they've shown us is impressive enough, and it's been needed, because all of the PlayStation stuff of late has been pretty poor, and most of it's just been news about things being released on systems that aren't PlayStation anymore in the first place. Everything's going to PC. So I don't know. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, 1, X4, whatever. I don't know how relevant those are gonna be. I'm probably gonna, if I have the capability, I'll probably have all the machines for you guys' broadcasting purposes and what have you. But we'll have to see. I have to see how it plays out. I don't know. This generation's a weird one, right? This is a weird generation of things. Games are taking longer to make, and it's harder to impress people now with conferences and stuff each year, because most of the stuff's still in the oven. So we'll see how it goes. But Ghost of Tsushima looks very much up my street. Men are men, women are women, and no one is offended by the fact, nor are they getting their head caved in by certain objects. I'm not giving any spoilers. So yeah, that was my first one of these. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you looking forward to this? Are you going to be getting the Ghost of Tsushima? Are you going to be getting Last of Us 2? Are you impressed with this gameplay that they've shown? I'm just literally using the video here, so you can go to the actual PlayStation official, watch the full thing without my commentary over it, and then come back here and watch this, if that's your thing. It looks pretty cool to me. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. A few minor concerns here and there, and it's not doesn't seem majorly different from anything I've seen ever. But then that's generally kind of been the kind of case with the new 2020 period, 2019 period that we're in now. It's harder to do things that are completely out there. But it's a good looking piece of art, that's for sure. So yeah, subscribe, like if you want, leave a comment below, let me know what your thoughts are on the game, and I'll catch you in the next thing, whatever thing we're doing. That's still thinking about that head. Brutal.
Indeed, that head was amazing. I mean amazingly brutal, of course. I think I'd definitely buy this over Last of Man 2 and I'm not crazy into dude chick golf. Anyway, thanks for watching folks, don't forget to comment your thoughts below, leave a like and subscribe for more top tier content. See you in the next video, and sayonara samurais.